I have something a little different today. I'll share a little bit about me. I come from a family of loggers. My great-grandfather was a logger. He had 2 sawmills. And my uncle, he carried on the tradition. And this is his old sawmill. He's been gone now, I think 5, 6 years. And these were the last logs on the log deck for him to saw. And this is old carriage. If you look around, the roof has fallen in, but you can see that chain coming down. That was for the dust drag that would drag the dust out from under the saw. And this big pulley here without a belt's laying down there. He had an old M power unit that he pulled it with. This was the main pulley that ran it. And this other pulley is the one that ran the edger. You can see the edger right back there through that hole. But this is the main saw where you see the red paint. Log deck here. He had 1x6s and 2x6 or 2 on top of it for shims to get it up to the height. But if you look, he had bought this blade from a guy. You can see the pulley where the dust chain goes. He had bought this blade from a guy because the other one split down at the hub, which is right down there where it bolts onto the shaft. And these pulleys here are what drove the saw. This lever right here, you take it and push it forward, and it would make the carriage, which is this right here, come back. Had a little railroad tracks, you can see them right there, that it rode on. And but you pull back on the lever right here, and it would make the carriage pull the log into the saw. And he got this blade and put it on, and put new teeth in it. You can see the teeth are still brand new. He put new teeth in it, rolled this log down on the carriage. He cut his first slab off the side of it all the way down, and came back and started making this cut right here. And he cut down so far and saw that it was cutting straight, his teeth were sharpened right. And then he backed it out and cut it off. And that's the last cut he ever made. If you'll look over here, you'll see an old pulpwood truck. He had log bunks that he put on that truck. And I'll see if I can get down there closer to it and show y'all. But he had a set of log bunks he could put on there and haul his logs to the mill. And when he wasn't hauling logs, it was back when the wood company still took pulpwood in 6-foot lengths. And that truck would haul about 2 cords of wood. And it's an old I think it's a 1962 model F350. And it's got a 292 V8 in it and a granite 4-speed. But he took an old GMC, see if I can zoom in on it. He took an old GMC 3/4 ton back axle and put under it for a tandem. You can see the back of the cab. But he made the loader on it, like a big stick loader. It was a company that made a loader called a big stick. And he made the loader on it. But I used to stand right there in that little hole. I was one that did what they call tail the saw. I'd catch the slabs, I'd put the slabs on the truck over there so we could haul them up the hill and drag them off with a tractor. And I'd get the lumber, run it through the edger, and then I'd stack it. He's got another trailer out there. The floor's rotting off of it. And we'd stack that lumber on that trailer. And then go and put it up where it went, where he had it stored. But he got some old pulleys laying over there. I don't know what they're for. And some cables he'd use for different pulling. And pieces of chain stuck up there to go on the dust drag. I don't know if you can see the little cleat on the chain that would come over and drag. It was just a little piece of belting. But my grandfather, he used to ride the carriage. He had him a seat set up on the one that my great-grandfather had, and he would sit right over there on the other side. And he worked this lever right here. My uncle had it fixed up where he could operate it from where I'm standing. But he would set the dogs, which are these things right here that hold the log on. He would set the dogs. You see the other two back there. And he would set the scale. If you look, if I can get through these weeds, there's like a ruler right here. And it has a piece that, well, you can see it back there. It points to it. And he would move the dogs. He would move them on the carriage to mark off another inch, which that's what that is. That's an inch. And he rode that carriage all day long. And my grandmother, my grandfather died when I was 5. So he's been gone 43 years now. But my grandmother used to say that when he would take his overalls off, they would have so much pine sap in them that they would stand up on their own. But she would actually get poison ivy just from washing his clothes because of where they would be in the woods getting the logs out. And she would get poison ivy from it. It's pretty neat. And like I say, these are what remains of the last logs on his log deck that he was going to saw. Little pines have grown up right here now. But I spent a lot of days under this thing, a lot of Saturdays, some days during the week, spent under here tailing this saw. So yes, logging and lumber run in my veins. I think it's kind of ironic that I picked welding for a profession. But this is the uncle that I first welded with when I was 13. He was a welder and a mechanic, and he was really what you would call a millwright nowadays. But I just wanted to share this with y'all today. Fun memories. Hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it and coming back and reminiscing. See y'all on the next one.